Hello, my name is Rebolt808A, and today I will be talking about the carbon tax and why I believe that several governments are incorrect in challenging the carbon tax and weakening it, including the Liberals and the NDP at provincial governments, and possibly even the federal government. Um, so, first, hopefully, people are able to hear me okay. I'm trying a new um, OBS, but I'll find out. Um, so, first, I'll talk about the Ontario government. I don't know if I can scroll when I watch this, so but that's okay. So the Ontario government is proposing a extension to the uh, gas ta- gas tax cut of 5.7 cents per liter, and I'll get to what the government of Canada said about home meeting. Um, So the government of Ontario wants to extend a temporary tax cut to help drivers save money at the pumps until next summer. Uh, Doug Ford is saying that people are struggling with the cost of gas and groceries, high rents, and mortgage. Um, and I'll get into why the carbon tax isn't a major contributor to all that. Um, and then Doug Ford also said that he's going to scrap the carbon tax and says that it would be $260. And yeah, so that's and then there was also like questions about the uh, land specifically and MZOs. So see if there's anyone in the chat. Let's see. Oh, can anyone hear me? Oh, let's see. View. Stats. Stream, I'm live. Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, hopefully someone will know if will let me know. It says that the audio inputs are going, but yeah, the next item is. Oh, I should have said what the article is. It's an article from CBC. Ontario extends 5.7 cent per litre gas tax to June 2024. Ford calls on feds to ditch the carbon tax. So the next article is Ford announces 1 year extension to tax and to gas and fuel tax cut in Ontario. And this is from November 13th, 2022. So the estimates will be even greater. Um, it says Ontario is posed to extend the cut to its gas and fuels tax for an additional year in response to the cost of living challenges facing residents, Premier Doug Ford has announced. Um, it was supposed to expire on December 31st, 2023. Oh, let me see. It said until like May. So let's see. January, February, March, April, May, and June. So right now it's being extended for 6 months, and this is it's being extended for a year. So we'd have to cut the estimate in half to be fair. Extending the tax cut is expected to reduce provincial revenues by 1.2 billion on top of the 645 million cost of the full 6 months of the program. So it's multiple $1 billion of money not being invested into healthcare. And remember, the government has a shortage of nurses as well, and could have um, settled with nurses as well as teachers very easily, as well as implemented carbon saving measures instead of like increased investments into transportation to reduce fuel cost. Um, let's see. And then, yeah, this article from the Golden Mail is saying that hospitals were overflowing with patients in the ICU. There's been criticisms of um, underspending in healthcare. And the Financial Accountability Office said that the government had $40 billion shortfall in spending in key programs over the next 6 years. And then there was the deficit spending. I know conservatives are keen on getting the deficit under control. Um, but the government isn't really spending money that Ontarians need. And then, I'll see. Oh, here's one. Thank you for chatting, Green Auto Mac. Um, promotion. Oh, yeah, thank you for the offer. I'm not really interested in buying anything at the moment. Let's see. Chat highlight, tone on shield mode, chat settings, show mod icons. Ah, here it is. Time out. Oh, I deleted. Yes. Yeah, for 600 seconds. Um, I'm not someone that likes spam. And what was that? Yeah, I was just gonna say. Oh, I'll switch to scenes. Yeah, so I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was just gonna say that the Bank of Canada said that inflation resulting from the carbon levy or tax is 0.15% per year, and if the tax was eliminated, it would only result in 0.6%. And for one time, and inflation is let me see, what is inflation in Canada? I know it's like a lot higher than that. Um, Inflation is 3.8%, updated October 17th, 2023. Uh, so inflation isn't going to reduce inflation, make things cheaper. Uh, if the carbon tax was eliminated, and there's also a price of inaction. So that's also something to consider. Um, and if you're listening, please feel free to chat. Um, I welcome all chatting. So that's one area. Um, yeah, the government could have transportation, active transportation, healthcare, but specifically in environment. They could have invested in climate adaptation. Uh, we know that those estimates that um, buildings are getting buildings are getting hotter. Um, well, the environment in Ontario is getting a lot hotter. There's more extreme heat events, and we need more climate adaptation. In the city of Peterborough and the surrounding areas in 2022, last year there was a derecho that wiped out a lot of the power infrastructure. So investments into upgrading infrastructure, emergency preparedness, those are all things that should be invested in. And because of tax breaks to fossil fuel habits and urban sprawl policies, we continue to decline environmentally. Um, and socially, um, if we um, consider our climate, people die from extreme heat. The British Columbia, the heat dome event from a couple years ago, that's a prime example of inaction on climate change can do. Uh, and we have to prepare for extreme uh, extreme heat events, um, extreme weather events, because there's a human element to all of this. There's also wildlife, and we should protect wildlife because they are beings that should be protected, and that might be an entire episode on its own. Um, and um, the tax cuts um, en- enable people to not make adjustments to their transportation where they can. I recognize that not everybody can make adjustments, and um, because of the design of a lot of suburbs, the design of um, infrastructure and jobs, and but there could be targeted investments to help people out that need it based on their level of income, for example. So yeah. If I'm wondering if I click recording and streaming, if it will make a difference. Um, I'll figure that out. Hopefully, what I talked about was captured, but if not, I was talking about how the carbon tax. Uh, I'm talking about the carbon tax and how many of the provincial governments are incorrect. I started with the gas tax on um, gasoline being the tax on gasoline being reduced by 5.7 dollars, and how the provincial government would lose billions of dollars, and some of the areas where it could be invested, um, and um, potential impacts of not doing anything on climate uh, adaptation including death from extreme heat, as experienced in British Columbia. Um, and yeah, so and then there was like lack of spending on healthcare, and um, there could be a deal reached with nurses to get more nurses. We know that there's a shortage of nursing, and that's not related to climate, but um, healthcare, education, they're all important. Um, and so that's on the tax breaks. Um, yeah, I did make a video about oh, the um, I did make a video about the Coben, not Coben, about the home oil heating. So I can play that. I might need to capture. Oh, let's see. And this was like the federal government.